Hola! The best language learning app is HelloTalk. It's free. I've used it for over a year and it's legit and I've learned so much from it. I'm going to tell you how it works. You download the app for free. You tell it what language you speak and what language you're learning. So I'm learning Spanish. Bow, it puts you on a page with a whole bunch of Spanish people. Almost all of them are men. I was looking for women, but there aren't that many there. Okay. The men can text you, and you can pick a man and text him. I usually look at their picture as big as I can make it, and if they look sane, maybe I will text them, okay? Then, and they don't have bad pictures. They have normal pictures, but some people they look a little iffy in their face, you know? But if they look okay, I text them, hello, how are you? What's up? They text back. Things seem groovy. Early on, I'm going to bring up making calls. I'm going to say, do you like to talk on calls? And some people will say, no, I just like to send audio messages and send texts. And if that's what you're into, that's fine. But I find most of those people just want to text you in English. And you already know English. So that doesn't help you. Okay? What I think the app is best used for is for having conversations with native speakers. So if they don't want to call, I don't have time for them. Now, if they want to make a call, if they say, oh, I like to make calls, I'll say, do you have time to talk on a call right now? They say yes. Bam, we're calling each other right on the app. They don't need my phone number. I don't need their phone number. I've talked to people from Venezuela, Colombia, Chile, Spain, all around, and they know that you're a language learner, so they speak slowly for you, they speak easy for you, and they know English. So if you still don't understand what they're saying, they just will say it in English. You have to watch out that you make sure you speak in Spanish and listen to Spanish as much as you can, because since they know English pretty well, it is tempting to just speak in English. But try to get into Spanish. If you could say, let's try to speak in Spanish for 5 minutes or for 10 minutes or for 30 minutes. And then we'll speak English for that same amount of time. And they're going to ask you the same chit-chat kind of questions. So every time you meet a new guy, you're talking, hello, what's your name? Where do you live? Oh, why do you want to learn Spanish? What's your job? Stuff like that. Every time. And after a while, you'll get good at answering those questions. And you'll be able to ask those questions to your partner. And you'll be able to understand the answers. And after a while, it'll get old. You will be tired of the chit-chat. And when you get to that point, then you want a certain language partner that you talk to on a regular basis. Maybe you talk to them every day. Except sometimes you're busy, so 4 or 5 times a week, you talk to that person, and you can get away from the chit-chat, and you can talk about all kinds of topics. The same things that you talk about with your friends and your acquaintances, you can talk about with that person. And Spanish really is a lot like English. So when they talk to you about big things like democracy or Christianity or things like that, a lot of the words sound like the English words. And so with practice, you'll be able to understand them. You definitely want a language partner that's going to speak to you in Spanish and not only just ask you questions. I've had some people that will say, what's your favorite movie? I'll say, I don't have one. They'll say, oh, what's your favorite food? Chicken. Oh, what do you do in your free time? I learn Spanish. Oh, why do you want to learn Spanish? All they're doing is just asking me questions. I don't really want that because I need to hear you speak. So if they say, what's your favorite food? And I say chicken, I want them to say, oh, I like chicken too. And I like a lot of different kinds of fruit. My favorite fruit vegetable is green banana. Green banana is kind of like it's kind of like potato. So they might say, oh, my favorite vegetable is green banana, and my mom made that, blah, blah, blah. And when they say all that stuff to me, it helps me so much with my listening comprehension. It helps so much. So I like a chatty language partner. Now, my experience on the app is that those guys are really nice. Really nice guys, really patient. They want to learn English. You are a native speaker, so you are very desirable to them. They're polite. They really want to learn. I've had a couple Don Juans flirt with me, and it wasn't offensive. It was kind of funny because Spanish, it sounds a little bit more formal than English, so they would say in Spanish stuff like with pleasure I await the opportunity to speak to you again, beautiful. Stuff like that. And they think that that's so charming, and I'm just laughing. But yeah, a couple of Don Juans, I told them, I'm just here to learn a language. I'm not here for dating. And if they don't get the picture, you just stop talking to them, and they get bored of sending you messages and you're not responding, and they move on. If you are getting a lot of messages from people, you do have the option to say to your language partner, hey, do you want to go on WhatsApp instead? Let's go talk on WhatsApp because I'm getting a lot of messages here. If you're not getting a lot of people interested in you, there's a message board that you can put on there, something like oh, it's the 4th of July. We're having fireworks. Oh, if anyone likes to make calls, send me a message. And then when people see you on the message board, then they're going to get interested in you and they'll send you messages. Also, when you use the app a lot, you have more people contacting you because they notice that you're on the app, because there's a little green dot by you that when you're on the app. So the more you use the app, the more people will send you messages. As an English speaker, you can be hot on the app. You can be popular on the app with a lot of people that want to learn the language. And like I said, it's awesome. They're nice, and they can help you out so much. And you can help them out so much by talking to them in English. So if you're a friendly person, go for it. You're going to have a great time on the app. I have learned so much Spanish. When I first started to use this app, I could barely say anything. It was very difficult for me to say one sentence. And I had the most patient language partner. And he made me feel like my slow, terrible sentences were good. I know they weren't, but he did. He made me feel so comfortable. And I talked more and more. I listened more and more. And I'm picking up the language from the app, and it's awesome. I love it. I'm not really a big fan of watching a lot of movies, even in English. It's not my thing. I lose interest. But on the app, I have to pay attention because the person might ask me a question. That's a real person. I can't just totally ignore them. I can't just go take a nap when the man's talking to me, right? So it really helps me pay attention. It's wonderful listening comprehension. It's a wonderful chance for me to practice speaking. And when they understand what I'm saying, I feel so good. When I make mistakes, well, they're cool with it. At least they understood me. I really love the app. I think you should try it. If you are able to have a little conversation, even if it's only small talk, then you're ready for the app. So if you can say, hello, my name is, I live here, I like this kind of food, I have this many children, those simple things, then I think you're ready for that app. And it's free. And it's awesome. Give it a try. See ya.